Welcome back once again to my Lego organizing / cleaning journey. This is going to be hopefully a quick follow-up on my last video, which showcased my new ultrasonic cleaner that I was using for Lego parts. As you know in that video, I desperately needed these. These are some mesh bags that I ordered from Amazon, and they are here. I think these are 12 by 18 inches. I'll put a link down below if you're interested. Say you have this setup, which I actually got a comment from someone that does, and it's going to make my life a lot easier in terms of using this. These are the mesh bags that I got, and this is to alleviate Lego pieces falling through and ending up below the basket that's inside here, as you can see. And as we ran into in the last video, these holes that are in here, these square grates, the pieces all go through there and cause me a lot of problems. So we do not want that, and I think this should solve my problem. So we're going to load some Lego pieces up in here, no matter what size, and we'll see just how well these do. This, of course, is what is left, and I guess before I load that up, why don't we get the process started here with the filling, which I got a recommendation that I don't have to empty this out every time that I use this, only if it's really like soiled and dirty inside there, which it really wasn't too bad outside of some dog hair. So let's start filling this up. In fact, I'm going to just wait until this water is nice and warm, because the recommendation that I got from a person that actually owns this is that 30 degrees Celsius, just plugged it in there and we'll turn it on. 30 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes is what they do. So that should not be too bad for running a bunch of Lego through. And that is warm now, so we will not risk it. And we'll put it up here and we'll start loading it up. We'll see what the temperature goes up to. Right now it's sitting at 18 degrees Celsius. That's just the ambient temperature. I'm not sure where the sensor is on this thing. Again, if you're interested in one of these, I'll have a link below as well. This is the Creeworks 10 liter. That's how big this is. And I think it's good for medium-sized Lego lots that you're trying to get through. But I'm going to fill this up to the fill line. There's a min and a max back here to fill it up the whole way. And as you can see, the temperature is already coming up. I don't even have the temperature on, but there we go. One thing I did learn in the last video, which was really unfortunate, anytime this is on, at least with this camera, I tried it with my phone, and my phone can somehow just pick up all the audio, but when the microphone of this camera is facing this, it is like a horrid staticky sound that you do not want your ear holes to hear. So I had to dub over some of the footage from last time. I was probably not saying anything overly important, but yeah, it's really bad once you turn that on. Right now it should be fine, just heating. And we're already up to 27 degrees, so literally just hot water is enough to get this to the temperature that I'm looking for. In fact, we should probably have that just set at 30, and I don't even think I'm gonna have to use the heater, to be honest, because once that hot water gets in there, we're at temperature already. So there you go. Don't have to heat it at all. Just use your hot tap water. And I have seen people that use distilled water, and that would work just fine. I'm not overly concerned about this. Like, we're not trying to clean anything super important here. These are just some yard sale Lego parts, really. So not a huge issue for me, but you could get real scientific with this if you were so inclined. And I'm sure some people are. But yeah, 30 degrees, 10 minutes is what I was recommended. It may be different from other people, but I honestly feel like that's going to work. In fact, we're all the way up to 35 at this point. Maybe I'm putting it in too hot. Let me know. But we're at the min line, and again, we're going to be displacing some of this water with a whole bunch of Lego going in here. And these bags, I kind of just bought. These are one of the recommended ones on Amazon. They have a zipper on them, which is nice. And I feel like the size is going to be perfect for putting a bunch of Lego in. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see just how much we can get through of this. I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. I am not a Lego cleaning expert, nor am I looking to become one. I'm merely just sharing my experience in cleaning these pieces using my new ultrasonic cleaner. So take this as just a vlog more than a tutorial, but I do take your comments to heart, and if you have a way that I could make this process better, I'm always open to hear it. In fact, that's what this entire video is. This is all because of what people have commented on my channel, and I greatly appreciate that. So I'm just loading this up. I did have someone mention that I shouldn't load it up too much because the ultrasonic waves that clean these, and the thing that ruins my audio, it works better if there's not a ton of Lego in there. So honestly, I think I could probably get away with a bag maybe like half this size, and I might just run this through just to see how it goes, because we can do this like crazy. I've got 3 of these bags, and what I'm gonna do when these are all done is just let them gently dry on a towel that I have over there. People recommended throwing these into the dryer. I don't really want to get that involved, and I have lots of time to let these dry. It's not a problem. I'm not rushing to go sort these out. I've got so much other stuff to do we'll put another handful in, that I can keep myself busy with that. So that is what I have so far. Again, not a whole lot there, but it's probably enough. Actually, it looks pretty darn good. Let's take the faucet out, or whatever you call this thing, the extension, and we will, actually, another comment that I got. See, you guys are helping me out. They said put this in first, just a little dab. In fact, that was probably too much. Give that a little swirl around. You could probably get away without even using a cleaner, honestly, but I think a little bit of dish soap will do. So we'll put these in here, just lower that in. And again, I think I could have gotten bags that are about half this size, because I'm only using half, but it should do the trick. And we've got lots of space in there. That did displace a lot of water, so we are right between the min and the max line, right where we should be. And I'll put the lid on. Now you're really not going to see anything or be able to hear anything once I turn this on. So I guess I'll see you on the other side after 10 minutes is up of me cleaning this, and we'll see what the water looks like once it's all done. So RIP headphone users. Let me come all the way over here to my sorting area. How bad is that in the background? What if I turn the camera this way? Is it just as bad? I'm very curious about this, just to see how close or as far away as I have to be. What if I come over here? What if I hide behind the couch? Can you still hear it? Does it still sound terrible? This is science right here. This is science. We're figuring these things out. Learning every time. What if I come all the way up here? Maybe you can't even hear it anymore. What if we come all the way up here? Can you hear it now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? There's a Roxy beer. She's like, what's going on down there? That sounds terrible. What is that? This is Roxy Bear, by the way. She's pretty much the best. And by pretty much, I mean she is. And if we don't have any audio, this will just be me petting Roxy, which is quite okay. Try to capture it whenever we can, don't we? Yeah. The cleaner just turned off. Your ears are thankful, as are everyone's here. We'll get this lid out of the way. And one recommendation that I had in the comments, once again, was to, sizzly, was to rinse these off. And I should mention the temperature too. Up to 38. It heats up as time goes by, so I probably don't need to use super hot water, and it's just going to heat naturally. I never need to use the heater for this. That's one thing that I've learned between yesterday and today. So let me set this on something. Luckily I have a big mess over here, so now I have a makeshift tripod. But we'll just take this out of here. Kind of let it rinse a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. Can you? Not so well. I'm hiring cameraman. If you'd like to come help me film and also sort Lego 24 hours a day, let me know. Apply within. So there is our now hopefully clean Lego. And we'll just do one of these where I rinse this off. I'm going to use cold water for this. And we'll just do this to rinse off any debris or dirt. And for the people saying that you don't have to empty the water every time, you're probably right. I mean, it's not really that dirty, I wouldn't think. It looks a little cloudy just because it's warm water. But you can see the soap suds on there. It's not like the water is like brown and disgusting. So I probably could run another one through, which I am actually going to do. In fact, I got one filled up here. I'm kind of curious though, like, was that too much Lego? Was that not enough for this? But I'll kind of flip this around a little bit. I would say that that is pretty rinsed at this point. Getting all the water to go through. These bags are kind of nice, actually. I'm digging it. And they were only $6.99 for 3 of them. I didn't really need that many, but you know how Amazon is. They like to stack you up with stuff. So we'll kind of rinse this off, or let it drip off a little bit before I make the move that I'm about to make right now. Come over here to my towel. This is very scientific, the way that I'm doing this. And again, there's probably other ways, like putting it in the dryer, but I'm just gonna let it dry here. I'm gonna take it out of the bag though, so we can take a look at this and let it do its thing. I was glad that I wasn't the only one that felt like this thing looked like a deep fryer basket. And maybe I would be more excited about a deep fryer, actually. But man, that stuff, ooh, it came out way wetter than the other stuff was yesterday. This just kind of keeps a lot of extra moisture in. This towel is soaked at this point. And I didn't run nearly as much through, but overall, I'd say it looks pretty good. We'll get super fancy here and turn on my light so you can investigate the pieces for yourself, see what you think. Again, I'm not expecting miracles out of this, just wanting to clean the pieces in a thorough way without a whole lot of labor involved. And I feel like the ultrasonic cleaner is just that. It's kind of set it, forget it, come back, do it again, and it goes pretty quickly. Like, I've already done all of that. That was just in the batches that you've seen me do already. And I'm just going to keep doing this over and over until everything's clean from this lot at least, and I'll probably clean everything going forward like I mentioned before. So there you go. Hopefully that was, as promised, a quick update on my new ultrasonic cleaner and some techniques that I'm now using to make the process better, thanks to the comments I received from you and the people that have done this before. I'm so thankful to have a community here that can help me through all the things that I'm learning about, and then hopefully in this video, in this series, I guess, this will probably be my last time I make a dedicated video on ultrasonic cleaning. Maybe somebody that's considering one of these could learn something as well and avoid the mistakes that I've made, and you can just like go right into it being an expert. Not that I am right now, but maybe we'll be there one day. Once again, links for not only the cleaner, but also the bags that I'm using are available on Amazon below. And if you buy anything from my links, I get a little kickback from that too. They help finance this type of stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in. I got some cleaning to do, apparently.